Lama Dumba Jumden de Dejin Jaban Da Jumbayan Da Baran Yawa Shaja Duva La Cha Zalo Taya Da Omoy Muni Muni Ma Muna Yezu Taya Da Omoy Muni Muni Ma Muna Yezu Taya Da Omoy Muni Ma Muna Yezu Taya Da Omoy Muni Mamuna Yezu Daya Da Omomunim 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 Mamuna Yezu Evet, Mandishri praise to Mandishri. Yes. English. Yes. You don't have English?
We don't have it in the prayer books.
Huh?
We don't have it in the prayer books, so we'll look at the screen.
What?
It's up on the screen. Yeah.
Oh, come up there.
Yes.
Okay. There. You're waiting. Look at my face and waiting. I thought maybe you're expecting to turn out red or black or something. Or nothing.
Homage to my Lama and protector, Venerable Majishri, who holds at his heart a scriptural seeing all as it is, whose pure genius shines like the sun unclouded by the two obscurations, who, with compassion like a father for his only child, teaches with 60-fold eloquence, all beings imprisoned in cyclic existence, groping within the darkness of ignorance, and overwhelmed by suffering. You who stun the light proclamation of the perfection of wisdom, arouses us from the stupas of our afflictions and frees us from the iron chains of karma, who wields wisdom's sword, vanquishing the darkness of ignorance, hewing down our very sprouts of suffering. You who are gone to the ends of the 10 grounds, complete embodiments of every excellence, whose princely body is graced with 112 adornments. O Majishri, to you I bow, dispel the darkness of my mind. Om, illuminate the darkness of my mind's confusion. Grant me the light of self-assured intelligence that I may see into the Buddha's words and the text that explain them. Page 16.
All the offerings here, that's from bliss, all the lights. Then all the external offerings, the Kaju Decheling after salt. All the flowers outside, inside of the so many thousands of light offerings, so many water offerings, and food offering too from so forth, all the offering there was natural infinite bliss, and as well as Amitabha Buddha, Amitabha Pure Land, the place there, Washington, all the offerings there, exchange offerings. Sam, all the flowers outside, inside, so many thousands of light offerings, so many other water offerings, food offerings there. Then bliss, as well as Singapore Amitabha Buddhist Center. There are more than 100,000 light offerings, and then so other offerings as well there. Natural bliss, as well as the center, there are 40,000 light offerings as well. 9 times there's no light offering there. Then all the rest of the couple upstairs, all the upstairs, all the exchange offering there. Natural bliss, as well as all the rest of the centers. The Gomba, all the exchange offerings. Each offering appeared the Bodhisattvas, like clouds cover the sky, so numberless. It appeared, it multiplied the numberless to achieve Bodhisattvas. They're all in manifestation of Guru. And the Rinpoche, or some Lama, or however they learn, the meditation is the root virtue of friends. Generated in bliss, and now the Guru was very felt in. For manifestations of the root virtue of friend, and that, and for my way to meditate, and then they have numberless pause. The pause has all the merit filled, all the Gurus. Yeah, so deep prostrate. Prostrate him. Make all the offerings. Generated in bliss with them. Prostrate. Make offerings. Generated infinite bliss within them. Prostrate, make offerings, all the offerings. Generated infinite bliss within them. Prostrate, offer all the offerings. Generated infinite bliss in them. Prostrate towards one more prayer, prostrating. Make all the offerings. generated in bliss within. Now prostrate to all the 10 directions, Buddha, Sangha, statues, Stupa, scriptures, who are manifestations of Guru. It's on the Lama. The Rinpoche friend. Make all the offerings. Generated infinite bliss. Prostrate them. Generated infinite bliss in them. Prostrate. Make all the offerings. Generated infinite bliss within them. Now prostrate to the 7 minutes Buddha, particularly, and Buddha Sabasiddhagapa, 1,000 Genesis, who are manifestations of Guru. Make offerings, make all the offerings. Generated infinite bliss with them. Prostrate. Make all the offerings. Generated infinite bliss with them. prostrate, make all the offerings. Generated infinite bliss with them. Prostrate them, make all the offerings. Generated infinite bliss, prostrate them, make all the offerings. Generated infinite bliss with them. Prostrate to them, make all the offerings. Generated infinite bliss with them. Now, then is the mental transformed offerings, and that, and then the whole sky filled with various offerings of that. Yeah, the attached offerings of 5 desire object offerings, and the attached species, 8 substances, 7 realities of the whole sky filled with each of those offerings. That. Guangzhou Zunjie Denba Da Zanjie Da Zhangzhe Zenba Damjie Jie Jinjie Lava Da Zonjie Yongzhou Zhou Na Da Jenba Da Jijie Yan Nambara Da Jie Zanjie Meijie Be Da Jie Chua Ju Na Ju Zanjie Da Zhangzhe Zenba Damjie Jie Jenga Baba Jenba Da Gongzhou Zangba La Zobe Namba Jivya Jivya Jinjie Bongwa Samjie Meijie Wa Se Me Xie Ba Nanga Da Nyamba Zhongwa Yinju Yinji. Oh, offer the Guru Puja Miracle there. Generated bliss. I think I'm confessing all the negative karmas, the collected with the defilement with the Buddhist mind from beginning to the birth. And particularly the heavy one, the broke by the Mashaba with the Sabao Tang Diribao, from beginning to the birth. Then also, heavy negative karma, I'm confessing the harm the holy body of the Guru and the rise in the heresy, anger of the Guru, broke my house with the and given up the Guru after having a Dharma connection and the broke advice and so forth, and devotion taught horizons, also with all that collected from beginning, let's report from bottom of the heart of the compassion. think, purified everything instantly, nothing left. Now, also mental continuum totally become pure. Also, mental continuum become totally pure. Then the, yeah. Tamene san de do ya dama inje sha ge ba ge wa ya nama la inje rejoice. Without good karma, there is no one single happiness success. There is nothing what you can do. Stuck. So then, the virtuous action is so precious, so precious. I've collected the most precious virtuous action from beginningless, from numberless times, from beginningless rebirth. How happy I am, something because generate your mind happy. So do that all. No, they rejoice the future, and I'm married collecting also in the future. Rejoice. Then rejoice all sentient beings, merits collected in the past, numberless times from past. Then also later or together, also what will be collected in the future. So rejoice all the 3 time merits. So from that, they achieve all the happiness. They can achieve all the happiness. All the temporal, all the ultimate happiness, the liberation from samsara, and all full enlightenment. So how wonderful is that? How wonderful. rejoice all the Bodhisattvas and Buddhas and the past beneficial merits. They dedicate all their merits, whatever they create, every second, whatever they do, they create numberless merits, limitless kinds of merits, Bodhisattvas. So completely dedicated for us sentient beings, so the merits to say, to ultimate to achieve liberation from samsara, enlightenment, and all that temporary happiness. So rejoice that. And the to achieve enlightenment for us, and as well as the Buddhas, totally dedicate the merits to us and for the happiness, for our happiness. Am I able to collect much merit? What sentient is collected in the Buddha's for the benefit of each and every single sentient beings. Visualize offering the golden throne. There's a double budget in the front, and they raised up as additional lands. Extremely well decorated, beautifully decorated jewels. Then that's one of our questions. Future Dharma will visualize thousands of golden Dharma chara radiating one. On that dedication. Namo Chanjo Jembo all the merits collected by oneself from beginning as rebirth, as well as all the merits collected in the past, present, future by sentient beings, as well as the Buddhas. That which are totally empty from its own side. May the I, who is totally empty from its own side. Achieve Guru Shakyamuni Buddha's or Lama's observation. Enlightenment, which is also totally empty from its own side. And lead all the sentient beings who are totally empty from their own side. To that Guru Shakyamuni Buddha's enlightenment, which is also totally empty from its own side. By myself alone, who is totally empty from its own side. Visualize the mandala offerings. Yeah, by having met the mental offering to the Guru was made as one's family members, anyone who are connected, and then all the students, and all the benefactors of projects of organizations, the centers, and those who served the organization in the past, those who are serving now, who elaborate me, whom I promised to pray, whose name is given to me. These actualized meeting the Lama talk about the pure wisdom victors, teaching of the pure wisdom victors one, which is living the pure morality and brave heart doing the extensive works for sentient beings and yoga of the two stages, which essence is transcendental wisdom and under bliss oneness. Mejon namdara zangme jimdang de labje jazde jebe nyingdo je de don joge nyen nanju je lo san je den dan ja waro joye damanguru ranamendala gani arodi. Trigger purpose, sorry. Trigger purpose. Please read English.
Page 99. I prostrate and go for refuge to the Guru and the three precious gems. Please bless my mind. I'm requesting you to immediately pacify all the wrong conceptions, from incorrect devotion to the Guru up to the subtle dual view of the white, red, and dark visions that exist in my mind and in the minds of all mother sentient beings. I'm requesting you to immediately generate all the right realizations, from Guru devotion up to enlightenment, in my mind and in the minds of all mother sentient beings. I'm requesting you to pacify all outer and inner obstacles to actualizing the entire graduated path to enlightenment in my mind and in the minds of all mother sentient beings. I prostrate and go for refuge to the Guru and the three precious gems. Please bless my mind. I'm requesting you to immediately pacify all the wrong conceptions, from incorrect devotion to the Guru up to the subtle dual view of the white, red, and dark visions that exist in my mind and in the minds of all mother sentient beings. I'm requesting you to immediately generate all the right realizations up to enlightenment in my mind and in the minds of all mother sentient beings. I'm requesting you to pacify all outer and inner obstacles to actualizing the entire graduated path to enlightenment in my mind and in the minds of all mother sentient beings. I prostrate and go for refuge to the Guru and the three precious gems. Please bless my mind. I'm requesting you to immediately pacify all the wrong conceptions, from incorrect devotion to the Guru up to the due view of the white, red, and dark visions that exist in my mind and in the minds of all mother sentient beings. I'm requesting you to immediately generate all the right realizations, from Guru devotion up to enlightenment, in my minds and in the minds of all mother sentient beings. I'm requesting you to pacify all outer and inner obstacles to actualizing the entire graduated path to enlightenment, in my minds and in the minds of all mother sentient beings. Yedamai Guru Rana Mendala Gamneya Dayani.
The root virtue's friend, from the medical then replica come sit on your crown, like the similar commentary in Georgia, then recommending you to the medical field, with the first reputation, then and purified all the departments and from the total mistakes to the virtue friend from the subtle root. So they see that the first one is the Lama, the part of the extensiveness. So specify all obstacles, and then there's self-chasing thought, and the ordinary, be ordinary appearance, and those so the obstacle, also the growth, growth when the mind and those which are in the right and left channels, it doesn't function, doesn't go inside in the center channel. So those can think like that with the purified, you see the so which is blocked there, it doesn't go to, doesn't unable to go into the channel. So the so the gross mind that which doesn't go to enlightenment, to see them. Then the very relative, which namely resides absorbed, replica absorbed with those hearts and something like that, or the kind of that. There is the thing that receives all the qualities in all the realizations, the path, the extensiveness is bodhicitta from the Guru was up to bodhicitta, then the pure appearance in the tongue, the pure appearance, pure thought, all that. So there, see. That and the completion, to remember the completion stage and the realizations, and then the say, then able to say function the wind, and able to see a center channel, so that's and then see the result, the Rubakaya achieved that from the two guys. And then when we request the lineage lamas part of profundity, then the first repetition purified, and the particular the ignorance the concept true existence of the ignorance, then you see. They do also the ordinary windy mind is pure, purified, yeah. Then the actualized is the wisdom realizing omniscient and tantra, the simultaneous born great bliss and the result dharma that. However, replica absorbs and then you see whatever the attainment is you achieve the same, so that's the importance that. No ya boy de Lama Rinpoche Maybe the shorter one, the one from the number one to the chat. I have to remember that. Han jie xin de son jie zang ga ba wen do yi li biao wan zhui jian zang jie dai ngai den ben dai bo ge du jie ya se jue bai jie la so de ya se jue bai jie la so de san jiao gun ye ye xie Nambai Druve De Lai Soa De Tu Den Jie Dai Ge Bai Zun Kai Be Jie Me Den Be Gya Zin Chua Guen Du Zui Lai Sui Dai Xie Zhu Pu Bai Ni Ra Bai Dian Tu Dian Sui Bai Su Wa Dian Ra Bai Dian Tu Dian Sui Bai Sui Wa Dian Rabbi Jaya Sui Rai Gu Lai Da Ve Mi Ke Sa Ya Da Vai Zhe Bei Zhu Moi Choi Se Wei Zhe Bei Tai Ge De Ba Ye Sai De Zhen Ye Na Lai So Wai De Sai De Zhen Ye Na Ma Lai So Wai De Sai De La Me Na Ba Ya Da Wai Lai Ke Je Zama Ya Loi Dai Mi Je Shi Qian Zhe Le Ba Tong Wei Mu Gui Ki Lai Me Je Lai Se Me La Zhu Bo Zhu Please grant blessings to be able to see the Guru, the Buddha, then to say total aversion, change, totally he prevents total change from the attachment to samsara, total aversion to samsara. Taking the full responsibility, liberating the mothers from the oceans of samsara suffering on oneself. To generate thing, to achieve the common and uncommon, the glorified, unification. Mahmud, them as a glorified, unified the Mahamudra. This the sublime realization. Please bless my body to be the Father's holy body, my speech to be your Father's holy speech, my mind to be your Father's holy mind, to one, become one. Yeah, sure. Sanje Jodang Zoje Jon Zheng Zheng Ba Du Dan Nin Da Ye Zhu Xian Jie Wei Song Nam Jian Zhao La Bian Jie San Jian Zhu Wa Zhu Sanje Jodang Zoje Jon La Zheng Zheng Ba Du Dan Nin Da Ye Zhu Xian Jie Wei Song Nam Jian Zhao La Bian Jie San Jian Zhu Wa Zhu Sanje Jodang Zoje Chunum La Changzhe Bado Danye Jasu Dage Chushen Jive Sunum Jendro Sanjendro Warajo Dewe Jaji Yundire Jisabe de Joba Jeba de La Chu de Jinku Vaye Dewe Labe Yinja Shenda Chunse Yin Membe Umbotan Leba Tola de Sunyen Tambe Sende Jime Jime Ala Don Luzu Jibe Tashi Ji Jundesim La Chu Ji Kanchi Lu Ji Kun Jen Dawe De Jida Nyangba Ye Negun Seba Jebe Yinbe Jen Da Saba Ji Jude Namje Sanje Song Da Jiwe Lante Rabdo Nyamba Chawe Rim Namo ala ega damda nujinge jumbo dadami ega nana jowa kunje dun chidamba tamje ge jun dage chudun do. So, so this time that see, like dreams was amazing. Like dreams, the miracle or say something extremely difficult to so extremely difficult to happen. Then as what happened, say, say. So there's there's, as mentioned in the Lam teachings, that say like this, the golden ring over the water, cannot usually golden ring, the wooden ring can stay, but the golden ring cannot stay and goes down. You see, so difficult to stay in the water. So that's something that let's say, so it was so difficult to stay in the water. So like that, you see, over the water, then that doesn't stay one. It moved away by the waves, not one place always. Then like that, then the that comes up, not all the time, but only after 100 years each time. But that is blind. They cannot see the golden ring. They're blind. So then, see, the neck going through only comes after each 100 years. But you see, then the neck going through the golden ring, see, that's something. So that's kind of like impossible. So that's kind of like an impossible thing to happen. So right, see, if you think so this time, that we received perfect human birth, and with the Dharma and the spiritual teaching, then this virtuous friend who revealed the complete path to enlightenment without mistakes. This is not just one, not just one. Or then the generosity from the Lama, no, that the virtuous friend, see there, so they. That's extremely, which is extremely difficult to find in this world. Yeah, so that's like the blind turtle, then able to put the neck through which comes only after only 100 years, but able to go through meet the golden ring, and the neck go through this. So it's kind of that, you see, extremely difficult to happen, and kind of like impossible to happen, but it happened. So like that this time, and then, this so this is about once, and this time then then just not be reborn law realms to get higher birth is not sufficient. Then that then must be liberated from oceans of some sort of suffering at this time. Otherwise, when it's not possible. But even that is not the real, not the real meaning of the great meaning, not the great meaning of the life. The great meaning of the life that is to benefit the sentient beings. Then to free them from oceans of samsara sufferings and bring them in the full enlightenment. Each and every single thing after that. Then for that one must achieve full enlightenment, and therefore one actualize path. So therefore, I'm going to listen the comment to the Bodhicharya Avatara, something like that. Okay. For the sake of all that's for the sake of all that sentence, number of sentences held, number of sentences hungry person, number of sentences animal, number of sentences human being. Then there's suras, number of suras, number of asuras, number of intimates. So everybody, to every single now, so please listen the teaching well by clarifying the motives for the Jida and righteous conduct listening teachings, according to teaching practice of the Lama. So just about Four Noble Truths, the last part you see where it says do the Deba, restricting the result, you see. There's suffering to be known, but that's nothing to be known, and cause of the suffering, all gunjung all rising, the karma to be abandoned, but there's nothing to be abandoned, and just cessation of the suffering is to be actualized, but there's nothing to be actualized, and the path, the cessation is one to meditate on that, but there's nothing to meditate on. So I think there's so this one I think assess the resistance to the result. You see, so I guess could be this related to the path. You see, when you actually achieve the Arya Arya path, exalted path, wisdom. You have wisdom directly perceiving this, you see. So that time is, so I think, so generally you see the follow to the during the path, yes, or first one to be understood, the second cause, you see, cause of suffering to be abandoned, and the result, the cessation of suffering to be achieved, and then path to be mentioned, you see, to be mentioned. So it's like that. But then I guess one thing is, I didn't see the commentary, but my guess is that you see, while you are in eco-person meditation, you see, wisdom perceiving emptiness directly, in the eco-person meditation. So during the eco-person meditation, or in the view of that wisdom, you see, while it is in the eco-person meditation, so there's nothing to be known, there's nothing to be abandoned, there's no suffering to be known, there's no cause of suffering to be abandoned, there's no cessation suffering to be achieved, there's no path to mention on, you see. So in the view of that wisdom directly perceiving emptiness in the ego, which is in the ego meditation, while it's that, you see, so there's nothing there, there's nothing with all this. And that's all. Maybe can be related there like that. On the also maybe the results, because as a result, then after you see, even though generally, yes, this thing, you see, suffering to be known, cause suffering to be abandoned, cessation to be achieved, and path to mention on. But then you see, when you achieve, or the arhatas, when you complete the path, you see, removed completely cause of suffering, karma and delusion, and the seed of delusion, you see, ignorance, conceptually removed, you see. Then that time, of course, there's nothing to be known, there's nothing to see, abandoned, there's nothing to see, obtained, there's nothing to mention on. So it's because you call it, there's no, because delusion, cause of suffering, delusion, and the seed of delusion is already removed, you see. So there's nothing to meditate on the path, which nothing to meditate on the path, which you see removes delusion, because you have already done. So could have that meaning related to that, you see, because recitation result, devula deba. So could relate to that. So I haven't seen the commentary, but it's my guess. So that. So this. Then 그래 부터 시작하는데 대봐. So in the eastern side of India, the king of the Adisha, king of the Adisha, maybe the Adisha's father, I'm not sure, is a king of the Adisha, yes. To the king of the Adisha, then they're receiving harm, the matzah, I don't know what matzah is, harm of the matzah. Matzah. Harm of the matzah, some of the sentient beings make harm of them. Then Shantideva did bodyguard of the Adisha's king, maybe Adisha's father. Yes. So Adisha was born in king's family. So then Shantideva became, you see, bodyguard to protect the king, you see, Adisha's father. So then then the great Bodhisattva Shantideva, you see, he did the mudra of Manjushri, you know. The wooden wooden sword. He was holding a wooden sword like this, you see. Then you see, with the perfect power of Dharma, then you see, overwhelmed the one who was attacking the king, you see. I think it looks like them. Maybe they came from Magadha. Yeah, so. Yeah, so anyway, controlled him just by that. You see, then everybody, then all the people see them brought in, great happiness. And then you see, they all high respect to Shantideva. So yeah. Then the other people become jealous to Shantideva. You see, become jealous. And they can't bear the Shantideva. What can do overcome all this? Those Matsala those harming is the king. See. Then those people are jealous to Shantideva. Told the king, this person is very cunning. They said, this person is very cunning and hiding. You is cunning, you is hiding. That's what it says. So cunning, you is hiding on mistakes. So this person is cunning. They told hiding mistakes. Yeah, so even the weapon is wood. He said they complained to the king, or even his weapon is wood, wooden sword. See? So there's no other weapon. So I can't how this person can be bodyguard, can protect the king. Must check. So they told the king. Then the king got angry. Then look at everybody's weapon. The king watched all everybody's weapon. Then king told everybody, bring out your sword. Ali told the Shantideva, to bring out your sword. But king told. Then Shantideva said, oh, if I bring the sword up, it will harm you. Shantideva said. Then king said, doesn't matter. It's easy. Even it harms me. It's easy. Definitely bring out. Definitely bring out your sword up. You see. So then king asked. Then the Shantideva asked the king, if so, then in the solitary place and isolated place, you keep your one eye, keep high, hide one eye with your hand, and then with one eye you look at the sword. Okay, Shantideva said that. Then Shantideva brought the sword up. Then that magnificence, glorification, magnificent by that. You see, then the king's one eye dropped. Dropped to the ground. Then all the bodyguards, all these, I don't know what you call the hips, not hips. Boom, boom. How do you say? Boom, so the whole bodyguards, all the horses. How do you spell? FRCES or CES. Forces. So all forces. FRCS forces. I see, okay. All the forces got so frightened. All the forces got so frightened. Then you see, so then you see, then the king apologized to the Shantideva. So they apologized, you see. And then go for refuge to Shantideva. Then the eyeball dropped on the ground, put back the eye, then without any pain, you know. Then they're blessed. So the blessed eye to be able to see. Then everybody, all the world, you know, the whole world, the people, everybody devoted to Shantideva, and then Shantideva revealed Dharma to them, you know, brought them everybody into Dharma. Then Shantideva went to Bajri. Bajri is the data with the Nagajuna's Bajri. Bajri is a southern side. Bajri is a Bajri. I think that's where Nagarjuna was born or lived or something. Bajri. So we went that side. So there's a beggar. There's a beggar who is naked. It's called conduct of Uzzama. So the beggar who is naked, who lives, I don't know this. I don't understand the meaning of that. Some kind of food. Tumapu with sigma. So I'll check that. Jingle check. So who lives by eating that, you know. Maybe some plant, I'm not sure. Sigma is a kind of like bamboo has this, you know, this, you know, this, what do you call this? Bamboo has this, you know, this round thing. So that's called sigma. And the bamboo has this, joint, So sigma, but tomorrow, I'm not sure. I'll check. So anyway, this beggar used to live on that. And perhaps I think, you know, people see after we finish eating, then maybe, you know, you only wash pot, then the leftover food will go out, you see. Maybe the beggar eating that. Then the one slave, you know, servant, you know, female, a slave of the Kati Bihari. Khatri Bihari, maybe some kind of national kind of a caste. So one woman, I say one slave, servant from the place called Kazala. Then the water, you know, I think we should throw the water. That maybe leftover in the pot was leftover food. I think maybe water when you throw, then the water sprinkled over the Shindadeva. Water sprinkled throw, water sprinkled Shindadeva. Then by that, then the water, there was water drops, is water which hit on the drops, on the person that was holy body. It become big after hit on holy body. Then become, it's like when you throw water over the burning iron, burning, hot red iron. You throw water, then it's it boils. It boils. Boils. You see like that. So like that happened when the water, once you throw water, it hit on the, since there was holy body, and the water kind of like that become burned. Boiled. So that's what that kind of sign happened. That during that time, the founder of the Mutekpa, I didn't haven't seen the translation, the exact word of that. So I mean, in the past I used to say anti-Buddhist, but I think Mutekpa, Mu is none, Mu is none, Tek is level, non-level. So the founder of the Mutekpa is none. So you see, the four schools of Buddhist philosophy. So there is Prasangika school, Rangjuba, is the vehicle for the Prasangika school. Rangjuba, Prasangika school is the Savatandra school is the vehicle. That's the tech. There's a vehicle to understand Prasangika school. So then the Mandana school, Chittamanda school, the vehicle to understand, Savatandra school, Rangjuba. Then there's Chiramewa, Dodeba, Babashika, and Sudantra. So it's to understand the next school. However, everything is to understand well the Prasangika school, but that's the ultimate one. So everything is level for that. Tech, tech is not a mutek. It's not a mutek. It's the tech. It's all tech for like the steps. Like that. Then everything is all things to export to be able to reach upstairs on that level where you wish to be. Everything helps for that. So then mutek means this is the first level. Then they say that would help. Then this tech for that, this tech for that, this tech for that. So mutek, mu means none. So they say, so that doesn't help to, that doesn't become, so the many religions in the world, that doesn't become, it doesn't become that to understand the Buddhism, these schools of Buddhist philosophy, this like the four schools. It doesn't become that for that. So so no level, mutek, non-level. So this is what the Gebjikiti which explained, mutekwa. In the past, it should say anti-Buddhist, but anti-Buddhist, that maybe just general translation, I think. How do you spell mutekwa? How do you mutekwa? How do you translate? Do you translate mutekwa? How do you see other people translation? So that's not the exact translation of mutek, but it's give an idea. So mutek, the word translation is also non-level. The non-level. So the philosophy is totally not. I think totally opposite to Tawakata Chakyashi. Tawakata Chakya. So totally opposite to that. Tawakata Chakya, the mudra of the mudra of the sealed view. The mudra of the sealed view. That's very, very, the basic Buddhism, the mudra of the sealed view. So those other religions, Mutekpa is total opposite to this. Total opposite to Buddhism, total opposite to the path. You see, there was total opposite to the four schools of Buddhist philosophy, the views of the four schools of Buddhist philosophy. Total opposite to that. Total opposite. That's very important to think. Very important to think. Otherwise, you get interested. This, you see, some religion or some views. You get interested in that. It's fantastic. Wow, it's a fantastic. Gloomy. Sorry, not gloomy. So anyway, you see, you don't analyze. I think especially in the West, you see, you don't analyze. You see, so for example, India, those Tibet, you see, you check the references, how pure this meditation, this religion, you see, religion you're going to follow. You're going to check you're going to check references, how pure it is. References, the lineage of the pure, how pure it is. You can check, analyze. Then you see if it's pure. Then you follow. See, for example, Buddhism, not only revealed by Buddha, not Chugo Khaltua, the beginning of the water. Beginning of the water is the snow mountains. They revealed by Buddha, and then you see taught by Buddha, and then you see then Pandits, they check, they analyze, not just left. This is taught by Buddha, not left, but Pandits, you see, the Pandits, they analyze. You see, analyze, and then the yogis, they practice, they actualize. So the Buddhism is like that. You see, the stories, the references are like that. You see, so long, like this. You see, so kind of no doubt. You see, no doubt at all. It's already checked. It's already. I say, yeah, it's already checked whether it's mistake or not. Even it's taught by Buddha. So you see, and actually, and practiced, and exactly practiced, and numberless beings actualized. The path is not just somebody think, and then write down. You see, want to make new religion. You see, kind of himself is the leader, him or herself is the leader. The right. You think and make philosophy. Or okay, you want to say make it up. Make it up, you see. That teach. Then many people follow. It's not like that. So, you see, not like that. So the Buddhism is like Papangata Nyingpa explained in the Lamrim, only like that, you see. So Buddhism, you see, the pure references of that. So, so you see, and the others not like that. Others doesn't have that. You see, then somebody revealed, somebody checked, or the mistake or not, somebody tried practicing, then you see so many achieve realization. Is that what the Buddha taught? Had the same experience what the Buddha had. Or there's no proof like that. You see, nothing like that. So that's what Papanga explained in the the Lamrim. So that's like that. You see, so but in the West, but you see, this is how it is with the those who are. To analyze whether it's pure or not, before you put your life into that. Believe in that. So, but in the West, you see, my experience for many years is this, it's like a restaurant. Okay, it's like food shop. The supermarket, you see, food shop. You see, so You eat this, you eat this, you eat this. Then something you find good taste, and then something it is something immediately you find some good taste. Then you just stuck for that, stick for that. You see, well, stick or say say, I mean, for a while anyway. Even that is probably for a while. Anyway, so it's like the clouds in the sky. You see, it's there for sometimes they're gone. Next day, next hour, it's gone. Not there. So kind of like that. You see, this is how it is. This is how it's been. This is how it has been in the past. You see, So you don't really examine. So there's a food notation like this. So that it's only something I say. So something immediate now, it benefits your mind. Benefit your mind. What say? How to say? Immediate. Say. Immediate. Yeah, immediate. Something you like. You see, something you like. If it's your, I don't know what. If it's what, I'm not sure. If it's what. I don't know, selfish mind or attachment. I'm not sure what. Anyway, something which fits. Sound nice or sound. You don't examine. Sound nice. Then you see, follow that. Sort of, you see, kind of like that. Follow that. You see, you don't analyze. If it's good now, then you follow that. Without analyzing. If something doesn't sound good now, don't follow that. You leave. You get up and leave. You say after 5 minutes. Then you say after 2-3 minutes you leave. Then if it sound good, but without checking out more how it is pure, without checking. If it sound good, stay. So now, right now. So the West is like that. It's been for many years. So it's like you don't really check long. You don't check. You see I say how it is all long. You see, it's good, stay. If it's not good now, leave. After a few minutes. So that you see. So you get up from the chair, leave. So it's like that. At West like that. You don't really analyze, because I think also people don't know how to check. I think people don't know how to check. I don't know how to check. So I think that's the main reason. You don't know how to check. You don't know how it should be. The path of religion, what path is it that you dedicate your life? You're going to put your life in that. You don't have to check. So you don't have understanding how to, don't know wisdom to check. So it's no wisdom to check. So here I want to say this. Only if you learn Buddhism, then you know how to check. Then only by my view, only if you learn Buddhism, then you have wisdom, correct way to discriminate what's right, what's correct. Then what is right? You have to have correct understanding of you have a correct understanding of what's right. You have a correct understanding of what's wrong. Otherwise, you see, always you make mistake. Which is correct, but you think it's wrong. It's wrong, but you think it's correct. So you see, in your life, you see, which is wrong, you think correct. It sounds good. You see, correct. This feels very good. You see, this whatever it is, whatever it is, jumping from the mountain or whatever it is. Oh, this film is good. I enjoy. You see, so so you see, without understanding Buddhism, what you think wrong. So, you see, that sometimes you think wrong, but it's right. Real, you see. But you think this is right, but it's real wrong. So you see, in the life, see the something like this. And without understanding Buddhism, is your discrimination or mistaken, many times mistaken. So that, so like that. You see, so in your life, something there. I mean, if you have 1,000 years to live, then you can do that. You see, you spend some time this religion, some that religion, then sometimes that religion. You see, you can try all the religions in the world. You see, maybe 1 year for this, 1 year for that, 1 year. You see, you test, like the food. You see, you lick this, you lick that, So, so then after 1,000 years, then you come to Buddhism. So like this. This is how it has been. This is how it has been. It's as generally speaking, Westerners would say, this is how it's been. So in the past, So therefore, we, you see, I think it is really amazing. It is really amazing. Most people come to, not everybody, but most people come to Kapan course. Just I say Kapan, but one example. The courses happening also. Our centers and the FPMT in the different the West, you see. But Kapan is the base, is the source. So the most people, I think, and of course some change, some become the other religion or something. You give up the Buddhist philosophy, then other but we see, because mainly because you're past karma. You don't have karma. You don't have merit. You don't have merit to continue with Buddhism. You don't have merit. You see. You don't have merit to continue with the Buddhism, you see. That's how your mind change. Then you see this, some of the philosophy, some of the, you get interested in drawn into that, and then you live in that, you see. So maybe also didn't really learn well Buddhism, and just didn't really learn well the learn Buddhism with reasoning, by checking, by reasoning. You see, so like Buddha said, "Gelong thagam kenam." The seja dawe session, lama tala ngaika, lama chai kuchimin. Gelong thagam kenam. The bhikshus and the wise ones, kenam this. So it could be also the lay as well. Gelong thagam kenam. Seja dawe session to. Like how you refine the gold, like how you examine the gold, burn, J is cut, that is by rubbing. So 3 ways you check the gold how it's pure or not. Examine well my teachings, then take my teachings. Examine well, then take my teachings. Then take in your life. Lama Chais, then take the teaching in your life. Lama Chai, not by faith, Kubacha, not Kubacha, Lama Chai, which means, not just without examining, just by faith, taking things not like that. You see, so it's blind faith. It's not like that. Buddha himself said so. So I think this is very, 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 very special. The Buddha's you see how Buddha tells, he doesn't say, you can't check, you're not allowed to check, you can't check, first must generate faith, must do it, must follow, But so scared to check, so scared, checking Buddhism is so scared. Do it, but follow. Say so scared. The minute when the person is on to ask them questions, so scared. Not like that. Not like that. As if there's big mistakes. Don't check. Just do this. Not like that. not like that. So see, I think this is the only Buddhism. This is the only Buddha. How he this way of telling to us. This type of sentence, this way of telling is the only Buddha, no other religion, no other religious founder says that. To check, well, you see, like gold, you see you examine 3 ways to check, how it is, and then take it in your life, not by blind faith, you see. So all others, you see, you're not allowed to check from my experience in Christianity, you see, is that you can't. If you ask questions, then it looks like you are wrong. It looks like you are, like a wrong. What's that? Lopa. Huh? Yeah. If you ask questions, you see, what is God? What this? What that? And then you see, it look like you are. Hare Krishna, is it? What? Huh? Yeah, heresy. Yeah, heresy. I say. I thought you said Hare Krishna. Anyway, so I think I heard the Hari, you see, and then the rest part didn't get clear. So that my problem with my ears. So anyway, so so you see, so these others, they hear. Then you regard, you see, then you become then you're not believing. You're not believing God, or you're not believing. You're not believing in religion. You see, so you are you might think you are heretical, or see, evil. If you ask questions, you are evil. You see, so I think like that. So you see, without any question, just believe. Just as you hear and believe. You see, no questions. See? So that's so anyway. So I see in the TV in the United States. In the United States, there's there are few there are few priests. There are few priests who are very, very, very good in explaining. I see few they're very good in talking. Then I think there's one priest who looks like maybe taken from Buddhism. I'm sure. Maybe taken from some ideas from Buddhism. I think looks like some ideas were taken from Buddhism. You see, look like maybe a little bit like Lojong taken from Buddhism. I think some. Felt. There's a few people I think who are very good in talking. So, however, so see, of course you see, the sentient beings have different karma. Everybody do not have karma with Buddhism. Don't know to have karma with Buddhism. You see, but the teachings. So some have karma with Muslims, some have karma with Hindus, some karma Christian, or that you see from past life. See. So that some of the lot of karma with Buddhism also difficult to understand. Can't understand, because the karma, so can't understand and can't generate faith in that. Because there's no karma, you see, from past, so that you see. So they are like that, you see. So so you see, until that person has the karma with the Hindu or Muslim, what you see, and then you see, so that's it. You see that then fit that to that person, the karma. You see, so while there's karma, you see, and then with that you see, so that so therefore, what His Holiness often says is that you see, so I say, respect to every religion, respect to every religion, because there's a need for different sentient beings, you know. So that, and then they sort of usually sort of says that, say, but if something, but something that that you know you're saying, but there's something that you know that your religion you see something that doesn't fit you somehow, doesn't fit your mind, you know, and that doesn't help your mind somehow. Then you find more help of Buddhism, and then you can do that. So sometimes it's not have that, you see. So that's very true, you know. So so let's say, I mean, so we say, yeah. So many of us say, for example, who came to Kappan course is the people who came to Kappan course. Is the people who have a karma to meet Buddhism, you see. People have karma to meet Buddhism. So those people came and you see, and then of course those who have, I mean, you know, who has a little karma, who has very short-term karma, little karma, then for some time, then leave, you see, like that, you see, doesn't stay forever in that, you see, belief or that practice, you see, doesn't have enough merit to continue, you see, to live in that. So then for a short time, then you see, so depending on how much good karma you have, you see, that and I'll say. So I heard in Mongolia there were two geishas came. Two geishas came in Mongolia. See, there's one place. There's one place called Manjushri place. You know, one nice place. They're thinking to build the large monastery, garden monasteries. They're thinking to build, you know, monastery for studying or retreat. I'm not sure, something like that. Anyway, there was a monastery there before, and it was destroyed. You know, because during Russian, you know, took over. Russia to Russian took over. So during that time, I think it was destroyed. So so very strict monastery, very strict monastery. So they so before sunset, you see, there was one rock somewhere, and while the sun hits there, the women could be there. Before the sun sets, they have to leave before the sunset. On that, the light of the sun is hit on that rock. But they have to leave before that. Something like that. Very strict monasteries in the past. So that was completely destroyed. So there was one a small temple. They put one Buddha statue there, and you know, so they use it as museum. So I was taken there by the abbot of the monastery, Shi Gyamzo, and I was I was starting to do prostration to the Buddha. The Shi Gyamzo said, "Oh, this statue doesn't have mantras inside." He said, "You know, he was saying don't prostrate because the statue doesn't have mantras inside. That's a mantras because you are according to see my the special tantra, you can't keep the empty statue. You're supposed to fill up with the mantras." Yeah. So So they say, he was saying, there was some of the monk when there was another Geshe Gomang who teaches the Gomang, the Gomang school monastery. See, and he was over there. But yeah, so I think he must have told the abbot, you know, it's okay. So I'm not sure. Rinpoche said, he said that, Rinpoche said, that's the mantra, the statue said. So, of course, yeah. Of course, you see, you know, it's you know, the even there's no mantra inside, but you know the base, you know the shape look like Buddha's holy body, shaped like this. You see, receives name. It receives name. It has a valid base. It receives name Buddha statue. Receives that name is a Buddha statue. So that means it's a holy object you can prostrate to. You know, you see all the shape. You see, so it will receive name Buddha statue. Which you receive that name valid base. Which you receive name. Then you can prostrate. You can circulate everything. You see, so so how maybe say. Yeah, maybe whatever, maybe as whatever saying, maybe has different meaning. So, so also maybe yeah, maybe I didn't understand. Maybe it has different meaning. You know, sometimes you know, yeah, sometimes Buddha says something, but it means you know, yeah, something. See, so like the interpretive, definite meaning, interpretive. See. You know, subject, definite subject and the interpretive subject is the meaning as well. Maybe, however, what I was saying, so the two teachers came and so taught the monastery for 2 years or taught the monastery for a few years. Then after they taught Buddhism, you see. Then the two teachers killed all the monks. Taught 2 years or a few years taught, then killed all the monks. So that you see. So according to the story, the people say. According to the story, the people say maybe they came with that motivation from the beginning. That's what the story is, sort of like that. So however, say. So what I'm saying is this: you see, it's karma. Yes, they taught well philosophy to all those monks for a few years. Yes, but you see, you have to understand karma. Karma happened like that. You know, the two teachers killed all the monks. So, you see, when the karma from past life, you see this, that you see, there's karma, they teach this philosophy to the monks, you see, the karma. But then at the end, killing them, kill all the monks. So there's karma there. So when the karma is not purified, karma is there. When the karma is ripened, all these things happens. Mind totally change. Your mind totally change. This happens. You see. So you see. I mean, that's just one story, but of course, you know, there may be many stories in Tibet, but that is more or less that's one story. You see, came to and taught for several years, but not was both of them. They killed all the monks. See, so karma, past karma, ripened. That past karma to teach them to receive teachings. Also, then to see. So, yeah. Now, so I don't know why I'm talking about this. Huh? Yes, you're right. That's right. Oh, yeah. Anyway, this story came. Mongolian story. So anyway, this is here what I'm saying is karma. Karma not purified in the past. So karma, so very powerful karma. Then when the karma is ripened, your mind does that. When the karma is ripened, they totally under that control is your life, all like that. There are also people. You learn Buddhism, philosophy, depth, you study. Then after some time, your mind totally change. Totally give up the philosophy. See, you learn depth, but then after some time, you see, this karma, you see, some other religion, karma ripened, Because you see that usually past karma, heavy karma. See? Then mind, you see, lose all the faith. Even study extensive Buddhism, you see, philosophy, totally lost faith, and then follows another religion, you see, or was there no belief in reincarnation, karma, all that, you see, to mind total change. So this not a majority, but I'm saying there are people whose mind changes after some time. There are people who change mind. So here, what I'm bringing out is karma. So it's this past heavy karma. What that not purified, rapid. Then my total change. That's you see. So the karma is something very frightening. The karma, when the karma is rapid, you see, then you just totally, you completely give up Buddhism, and you see another belief you follow. See, so this karma is not strong karma. That's the purified past. So then, this is when it happens, the person's life totally change from another. You see, total opposite. So there time that happens. So not as a whole monastery. Never heard of that, but there are people, see. So, however, so you see, so therefore, very careful in the karma, and you see, then purification is very, very important. So important, most unbelievably important, because you never know what's going to happen. You can't really tell what's going to happen in your life. Can't really tell. Really, scary. See. So that you can't really tell, what's going to happen in your life, you see. Anyway, I'm sure the story why it went this side, but anyway, so you see, so I'm going back. Everybody must understand this, I'm sure those who have learning, you see, those who've been studying, the basic programs, all that. Of course, those very basic, the study. You see, the Tawa Kataka Chajashi. Tawa is a right view. Tawa right view. Kataka Chajashi. Four mudras, which are sealed. The right view, there's this view. Tawa means a view, but it means the right view. Sealed. Mudra seals. View, that which is mudra sealed. Mudra sealed. Do you know that translated by other people? How other people translate it? The four seals means the kata, just translate kata. Didn't translate the chakya, mudra. Huh? the seal of Chakya. I didn't translate Chakya. Huh?
The seal is the translation for Chakya mudra. Then they don't translate the kata. They don't translate
Kata. Only kata didn't translate. Only Chakya. Only seal. Only seal. Full seal. Yeah. It's okay, but I think Tibetans Tawa Kata's view. Tawa the Kataka Chakya Katake Chakya is 4 seals, 4 mudras. 4 mudras, the 4 mudras, 4 mudras, maybe 4 sealed mudra. I think 4 sealed mudra. They translate the Chakya, the seal. No, Chakya is Chakya is a mudra. Well, mudra is Sanskrit. Mudra is Sanskrit. Mahamudra, Chakya Chambo. Maha Chambo. Mahamudra. Mudra is Chakya. So, yeah. Yeah, Chakya. So, the king or some government or something sent a letter, so then it is sealed, the envelope sealed, you see. So, envelope sealed, yeah. So that you see, yeah. For example, the Mahamudra, there was sealed, so can't separate from that. See, so all the phenomena are sealed with emptiness. Sealed with emptiness. It's not somebody made it empty. Not like that. Of course, it's not somebody. Some powerful person came and made all the phenomena empty. It made all that before they were truly existent. Then somebody, some like this. What man? The man who was flying around. The man, Superman. The Superman. This a piece of red cloth. They went around. You see, the children like very much, or people like very much. He died, or he's still alive? Huh? The actor. He died. Yeah, yeah. I've seen him quite a few times. No. I mean in the TV. Not, yeah. Yeah. So anyway, not like him. You see, made all the phenomena empty. Before it's truly existent. Now he made everything empty. Not like that. Some powerful person came and made everything empty. Not like that. So you see, of course, here is the Chakya Chambo, Chakya Mahamudra. Of course, all the phenomena are empty. You see, are empty of existence. But they're on the side. You see, because they exist. So that means they're empty. Because they exist. Exist how it is in my name, meaning with my mind. You see, so therefore they're empty. So all the phenomena, anything that exists is empty. So you see, that you can't separate the emptiness and the emptiness separate from the phenomena. Like emptiness of form can't separate away from the form. Form can't separate away from emptiness. So that there's no form other than emptiness. There's no form other than emptiness. There's no emptiness other than form. There's no separation. You see, so on. Yeah, this is sealed. You see, like that. So the Mahamudra means that Maha seal. See, Maha seal. That. So here, all four seals. So the kata is not translated. Kata, kata is not translated. You know kata is what in the present by Buddha. See. So see, so these phenomena are like that, you know, as the for they're like this. So for seals, and the kata is how say, I guess they're labeled. I think labeled. Maybe can be said labeled by Buddha. I think maybe like that. Yeah. So that we see the view. I mean, the view. See. Tawa, right? I mean, this right view. I mean, of course, within there's a wrong view, right view, but overall, there's right view comparing the other religions. See, right view, this right view. See, even though the schools, but the law schools, Bhavashika, and the Sudantara. So this was the correct, depending on the outside. You see, the other. You see, who don't have the philosophy is not Tawakata Chajashi. It doesn't have that. Opposite of that. What they believe is opposite to that. You see, opposite the four seals. So see, so yeah, but within the four schools, then there's also then was Prasangika was the right view. So. So what I'm saying, so you see the so those who do not understand, hasn't understood, then must know this. You see, it's very important. The Buddhist philosophy is Dujitamje Mitakpa, all the causative phenomena are impermanence. All the causative phenomena are impermanence. Tujitamje metakpa. Sakjetamje dungawa. All the contaminated phenomena are nature of suffering. All the contaminated phenomena are nature of suffering. Sakjetamje dungawa. Tujitamje metakpa. But you see. But mainly, see, I think I went over this beginning, no? Didn't I talk? Beginning here. I related to the body. See, we remember I've gone through how the body is impermanent and no, I didn't. I did. Okay, impermanent and dirty and all that. And this nature what pleasure, what experience suffering, and this empty, No. Yes. I think beginning. Yeah, I did hear. I did. Okay. Okay. So, So about all the causative phenomena is impermanence, but the main thing is to focus. You see, main thing is to focus. You see, the I aggregates material possessions. You have family members, surrounding people, friends, enemy, strangers, family members, and all the objects of attachment, the properties, the material possessions, all this. The main thing is to realize, the mental realize how this nature impermanence, So those main objects of attachment, to see the object of attachment. So, but these things, say, what I repeated many times is this before we recite what Buddha said at the end of the Vajrakara Sutra. This verse. So what is it? Dujitamje metakpa, okay? Causative phenomena of impermanence. It's a very, very important teaching. Dujitamje metakpa, Very, 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 very important discovery. Very, very important. So that's when you don't know this, when you don't know these basic things, and you don't think, then when the change happens, when the degeneration happens, when the decay happens, when the change happens, suddenly, you see something, there's something, then it becomes great shock to the mind, because you never expect. You believe total opposite, you see. And you never think that, one day when change happens, your mind gets so depressed, so shocked. So you see, mental suffering. So by knowing the basic Buddhism, you see this philosophy by every day being aware of thinking, you see, then you see, by knowing that every day, aware of that, especially, then you see when something happens, no shock. It is because you see the nature. But what you've been thinking, what you've been knowing, you see, what you taught. So see, nothing to be really shocked. So you see, so here you can see it's a mental problem. You see, the suffering is the mind. You see, due to ignorance, not knowing the nature of the phenomena, not knowing that, you see. So you believe totally opposite. You see, permanent like this. Then when something happens, change happens, then you depressed, big shock, you see. So similar, you see, similar. Then when the similar, you see, similar now. That and death, and then death. You see, sudden death happens. Then you see, then I say, something. It's like something impossible to happen, but it happened. So looks like something impossible to happen, but it happened to you, kind of like in your family. Something impossible, something impossible to happen. Something happened. Look like that. You see, look like that. So, to yourself or to others, to your family or something. So it's big. So it became a huge, unbelievable shock and suffering. That doesn't go away for many months. You see, something that you see, the family member died, or you see now. You see, you're going to die now. You see, or the doctor tell you have cancer. Okay, before you haven't thought you're going to die, you see, soon. You see, you never thought you're going to live for many years. Of course, there's no thought. Normal people doesn't thought I will live forever. Of course, nobody, normally not. The person is crazy or something. See, yeah. So this way, you see, when this thing impairments in the death happens, it's expected. It's just because you see, it is expected. So you see, yeah, like that you see. So you see. So something which you know, it is happening which you know. Okay, yeah, something which you know, it is happening. So you see, yeah, that you see. So there's nothing particular shock. See that. So so then if you didn't know, anyways, one doesn't know this, ignorant, doesn't think this, the ignorance, you see. There's ignorance, then it's a permanence. The unbelievable shock when it happens, unbelievable shock. You see. So because you never thought that would happen, you see, unbelievable shock. Then the shock, then the depressed happiness. So much unhappiness, so much the pain. In the life. So anyway, what to say? Yeah, the time to meet up, Sajid time to do our they are contaminated in Sajid, contaminated against natural suffering. Sajid time to do our. So particular. Do you know subject of Dungawa? Subject contaminated phenomena are natural suffering. Do you know that? What it means? What is the meaning of that? What is the meaning of that? Contaminated phenomena are natural suffering. So say, do you know anybody? Basic program, the basic program has this. There's a fundamental subject. Huh? What? What you say? Yes. Yeah. Oh. This is not suffering. This is not this is not this didn't come from delusion. The form sound, what we have form sound, these things they think they come from delusion karma, right? Huh? They come from delusion karma. The car, driving car, the car, airplanes, they're not just nature of suffering. But the nature of suffering or not. Airplanes, cars, helicopters. Did they come from karma and delusion? Yeah, they came from karma and delusion, right? Huh? So are the nature of suffering? They came from karma and delusion, see? So they're under the control of karma and delusion. They're under the control of karma and delusion. The helicopter and the one that goes to the moon. Huh? How Buddha experienced suffering? As a Buddha, Buddha can have helicopters. What's the one that goes on the moon? Spaceships, rocks. Buddha can have, but not suffering. Is what he's saying? Huh? Buddha doesn't experience with him suffering. But Ali. Yeah. When Buddha goes, when Buddha goes by helicopter and run out of fuel, does it become suffering? Still can fly without even run out of fuel. Still can fly. It's okay. So, yeah, what she said is right. You see, basically, you see, basically, what is pointed out, what is pointed out is this aggregates. Basically, that the main thing is that the aggregates, you say, nature of suffering. So, see. But the term Dungalwa, but doesn't mean it doesn't mean it doesn't mean not necessarily it has feeling suffering, not necessarily as if it's suffering. See, not necessarily it has to have feeling. So however, so such a main thing the aggregates, yeah, aggregates. You see, yeah, such a time so on a natural suffering. So, so you see. So here, anyway, so here, even the pleasure, what this experience, all natural suffering, is samsara pleasure, all natural suffering, and even the indifferent feelings, suffering. See the aggregates contaminated seed of delusion. So, yeah, so that you see. So, such a thing, chö tamje dongxing, chö tamje dongxing, so. Dameba, Chutam Dongson Dameba. So, so all the phenomena are empty, and then no self. Nyangela deba shishing embo. So then the last one is the soul in nirvana, soulless state. That's the isolation from suffering, see, and causal suffering. So that. So, so what is the phenomena are empty and no self? What is that? What is that? What is that? What? Emptiness is what? Can you say again? Empty or permanent? Empty or permanent? Huh? Empty or permanent? This is empty. Empty permanent. Then? Partless. Partless. Then? Independent. Then? Independent. Say. Yes. Empty of. You said empty of permanence? Empty permanence. Or empty permanence, empty partless. Is what you're saying? Partless. Then? Empty of independence. Self-existing part, self-existing part, the emptiness of self-existing, emptiness of self-existing what? What? So emptiness of the part of what? True. Huh?
He's saying apart from the aggregates, meaning separate from the
Part from the aggregates, or what? The last. You mean the eye? You mean the eye is foundable separately from the aggregates? Yeah, the eye is empty. You said the eye is empty. part from the aggregates, yeah? Part from the aggregates. Empty part from the aggregates. Empty part from the aggregates.
It can't be found unless the aggregates are there.
Yeah. So I see. So it's empty of the eye, part from the aggregates. Part of the aggregates. Okay. So saying that there's no eye apart from the aggregate. That's same.
It's not referring to the selflessness of the
You know.
other than I.
Huh?
It's not referring to a selflessness of phenomena.
Yeah. Yeah. So I see. So the phenomena all the phenomena are empty. All the phenomena are empty and no self. So so according to Pasangiga school, it's what I heard is empty. So what about Pasangiga school? The phenomena is empty. Phenomena is empty and no self. Is that one meaning or separate meaning? According to Pasangiga school. According to Pasangiga school, what is the meaning? Empty and no self.
Things like existing from their own side, independently of being merely labeled.
No. The first one empty. Pasangiga school is here. All the phenomena are empty. The next one is no self. What is the meaning? The first one empty. According to Pasangiga school. What is the meaning of empty? Empty, no self. What is the meaning of that? What is the meaning of that according to Pasangiga school? So, what my question is, those two things are one or separate? Meaning, according to Pasangiga school. Those you see, all the phenomena are empty, no self. Those two are talking about. Those two are just one meaning, or two are different meaning. Huh? Two are one. So two are one. So then it doesn't become Tawakata Chaitya Shi, they become Tawakata Chaitya Sum. Become three, not four. They didn't become four seals, three. They become three seals, not four. Yeah? Yeah, 东西打没吧？确他们是东西打没吧？啥就对就他们就没打吧？啥就他们就懂了哇？确他们是东西哦对，确他们是东西打没吧？东西打没吧？两个都行吧？So, yeah, that's right. So, yes, that's mysterious stuff. So, we did the Dongshi Dame by Sam, according to Pasangiga school. But in the law school, Dongshi Dame by Sam or different? So, what is the meaning of Dame by according to the law school? Huh? So so what I saw in the text, what I heard is that Pasangiga school. You see the 确他们就东西打没吧？是。 You see, when you do analysis, say, the Nishi Jeba, the analysis of the 4 vital points. You see, understanding, recognizing the 각자 objective is the first concept. Then so if it exists, it has to be one or separate. If it exists, you see, if anything exists, it has to be one with aggregates, or it should exist separately from the aggregates. You see, if anything exists. So you see, these exist from the aggregates separately. For example, in this exists separately from the aggregates. So anything exists either one with the aggregates or exists separately. So you see, so then this real I, there's a real I which okay. The real I, the real I, you see, real I which is this. Real I, which you see, we believe in completely 100%. You see, that it exists. That's true. So the not merely level of mind exists from side. You see. So that, you see, that one, if you analyze, it exists neither one is against, nor it exists separately from the against. Okay. You understand? The real I, you see, that we believe in 100% true, or not existing from the side. It's not immediately mind. Okay, so so you see, in analyzing that, you see so if it exists, it should be one with I guess, or it should exist separately. So that doesn't exist another way. It doesn't exist one is I guess, nor it exists separately. Okay, so that's total non-existence. So the Dongxing Dame, Dongxing, so the empty, the I is empty of that. Neither one is with this, nor exists separately. So meaning that then you see, yeah. Yeah, so they think and no self. See, so then the true exist. So no self is no truly existent I. See, no real I. No real I. What we have been believing from beginning is rebirth. There's no real I in the sense existing from inside. You see, Dhamma. So that. Yeah. Then the last one is Nyangala Deva. Nyangala Deva is sorrowless state. That's the peace, isolated from suffering. So the the law school, I think, yeah, as you said, Dong is the because it's because it's what do you say? This aggregate is natural impermanence. You see, depending on cause conditions, then it changes, decays, not only by day, hour by hour, even minute by minute, and second by second, even within split second, even within seconds, it decays, it changes, it doesn't last. So, so the. Yeah, so so the so that can relate to the eye gaze or the eye can relate to the eye gaze or the eye. See, so here chutam chutam stame, but so so the eye or the eye gaze is the nature impermanence, and then you see so in the Hindu believe the eye is permanent. Eye is permanent, Atma. So they believe Atma, which means eye is permanent. Self is permanent, you see. And they believe that. So Atma. So there was one wealthy, big businessman, wealthy Indian man, Indian person, you see, from I don't know, some part Gorakhpur or some part that part of India. Or I don't know, like now or some Gorakhpur or somewhere. So he became Buddhist. He was a businessman, quite a wealthy family. So somehow he became Buddhist and he became monk, and he took Bodhisattva teaching from his son Lama alone. And after when his son finished the Bodhisattva, then he said he had one question. He had one question, and he asked, "Is there Atma or not? What you want to know is Atma or there's Atma or not?" So he said one question, he said, "What is Atma?" Then his son said, "No, there's no Atma." Then he says, that's it, completely okay. Completely okay. After he heard there's no Atma, there's no Atma, then he's close. Then completely okay, then he left. So anyway, so Hindu believe the eye is permanent. So here, so you see here, the four schools of Buddhist philosophers, they all believe that the eye is impermanent. Even the Baba Shiga Sutra, you see all. And then you see, existing alone. You see, existing alone without depending on parts. You see, then you see the parts of continuation, or the part. You see, so so existing alone. You see, so the Hindu they believe existing alone. So here you see all the four schools, even the law schools, the Baba Shigas, Chitama to the world, they believe. You see, they depending on parts. You see, depending on parts. Empty of empty of existing alone, empty of existing alone without dependent parts. You see, so except dependent parts. You see, so empty. So it's empty. I guess our eye is empty. Empty of alone. You see, existing alone, empty of existing alone. You see, so accept that. Dependent parts. You see, accept that. Then the Rawang Jing Tongba, Rawang Jing Tongba. Yeah, so Rawang Jing Tongba. So the Hindu believe, you see, Hindu believe existing with his own freedom, existing with his own freedom, or independent. You see, Hindu believe independent. So Ramaja. So this is as this is not talking the independence, the Gakcha, Prasangika school view, Gakcha, this is a very subtle one, not mere level of mind. There's something from its own side, you see. Even though it's labeled by mind, but something is from the side, you see. Is not talking that kind of independence, you see, not talking about independence, you see. So here, Yeah, so here you see, Hindu believe it exists without dependent cause conditions. Okay, Hindu believe independent. You see, independent in the case without dependent cause conditions. So they believe that. But in the Buddhism, you see here, all the four schools of Buddhist philosophers, Chaitanya, they all believe, see, this I, you see, this I, or I guess whatever, this is see, empty. Empty of say independence, empty of independence, because it depends on cause conditions. Existing I depends on cause conditions, so it doesn't exist independently without dependent cause conditions. So do not believe in the independent. You see, because understand the dependent cause conditions. So in the Hindu belief, independent. So so what I heard is that this empty in the lower school, empty means that. So as you mentioned, so that no self, then they say empty of rangyativ is so the I existing being self-sufficiency. How to translate? Self-supporting, yeah. I as self-supporting. See, the Hindu, they believe as self-supporting. So here you see the lower schools, the empty of the self-sufficient I. The I, this empty of self-sufficient existing I. So basically means you see they are empty of eyes, empty of, and the eyes empty of, you see, self-sufficiently existing, substantially existing, so so they say, so it exists, but it exists depending on aggregates. You see, it doesn't exist with its own power. You see, depending on aggregates, it exists. So the the dharma. So this the Dongxing dharma, like the lower school, see something like that. So see, like that. So then, Dongxing dharma. So then, what I heard that, you see, Rangyato is to Dongba, dharma. You see. So then in that case, you see, then it becomes 5 seals. No, 4 seals, 5 seals. So anyway, should check, okay? Should check. Okay. So the last one, the nirvana. So they say, nirvana. So say, Yang Deva, sort of said, she's about peace, because isolated from suffering and cause, you see, like that. So this is the 4. So there's those analyses we have to do, to find out. Okay, so otherwise it becomes a 5. You see, 5. So anyway, this for say tawa kata tawa, the view, right view. Okay. Compared to Hindu women, right view, katake, chajashi, the 4 seals. For the 4 seals. 4 seals and katak. Katak is not translated. So you see, katak is I think the katak is it's a kind of like an order, from Buddha. This is how it should be. And the kata, this is how it should be. The kata, yeah. So that is it. So anyway, so what I'm saying, so what I'm saying, you see, so what I'm saying, you see, so this, you see, the Buddha has this. So this has a basic Buddhism philosophy is this. Kata, tawa, kata, chaja, she follow. So you see, so the such as the Hindu, the others, you see, say, the opposite, total opposite view to the tawa, kata, chaja is a total opposite view. You see, so like that. So it's so because of that, then you see you can't liberate from oceans or samsara. You can't be free from samsara. There's no way to be free from samsara. You see, you can't achieve liberation from that. Okay, so doesn't have tawakata chaja, doesn't have the fossil, then you can't achieve liberation from samsara. Besides, no way to achieve enlightenment, no, can't be liberated from samsara. So like that. So maybe sorry, went on. Sorry, I'll stop here. Dage chinye sabe gewa di tendang zhuwa kunla kambe kebara jesu losan zhaba ye tembe nyingbo rimdo sa zhu. Sanje Jodan Zoje, Baja Sapa, Sanje Jodan Zoje, Jonam La, Janjo Bado Zan, Jazo, Daga Jen Zoje, Tonam Jen, Dola Benje, Sanjen Jova, Sanje Jodan Zoje, Jonam La, Janjo Bado Zan, Jazo Jen, Daga Jen Zoje, Tonam Jen, Dola Benje, Sanjen Jova, Sanje jo dan so je jong la jang jo ba do dan ne jab so da ge je so je we chong nam je ro la bin je san je ro wa so so then there's a yeah treaty being Latin for second was in the things about it and then and it purify the development that comes to collect with but it's mind from beginner to birth right away without to live a second because death can happen and death can happen any day, any hour, any moment death can happen. So must purify without to live a second. This and then more heavenly karma brought Patimus about this about Tandra Bhav collected from beginning to birth. That must be that way. And then the heavenly karma collected with the gurus. Okay, harm the gurus of the body and the arise in the heritage anger. And then giving up guru after making dharma connections and so those aspects of the see collected from beginning to rebirth. You see them must purify right away without living second. Yeah, they purify down. Okay. Om Bhaja Sato Samaya Manu Balaya Bhaja Sato Teno Ba Dida Didro Membawa Sudagaya Membawa Osavagaya Membawa Anurata Membawa Sabaside Mebaya Tasawa Kama Sutame Etam Shri Yamaguru Ha Ha Ho Bhagawana Sava Tatangata Bhajar Mamamun Zambajar Ma Samaya Sato Be Om Bhaja Sato Samaya Amana Balaya Bhaja Sato Tena Ba Adija Jidra Membawa Sudakaya Membawa Esavakaya Membawa Anurata Membawa Sabaside Mebayat Sawakama Suzame Etzam Shri Maguru Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Savatata Gata Bhajar Mamamun Zambajamba Ma Samaya Sato Avombe Om Bhaja Sato Samaya Amana Balaya Bhaja Sato Tena Ba Adija Jidra Membawa Sudakaya Membawa Savakaya Membawa Anurata Membawa Sabasite Mebaya Sawakama Suzame Shri Yamaguru Maha Bhagavana Savatata Gata Bhajar Mamamunza Bhajar Ma Samaya Satvavombe Om Bhaja Sato Samaya Amana Balaya Bhaja Sato Tena Ba Dija Jiju Membawa Sudakaya Membawa Suvakaya Memba Anurata Membawa Sabasiti Mebaya Sawaka Zame Sitam Shri Yamaguru Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Savatata Gata Bhajra Mamamun Zambajaba Mahasamaya Satvavombe Bhaja Sato Samaya Amana Balaya Bhaja Sato Tena Ba Dira Dira Membawa Sudakaya Membawa Isavakaya Membawa Anurata Membawa Asavasite Mebayat Savakama Suzame Achitam Shri Yamaguru Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Savatata Gata Bhajar Mamamun Zabhajar Mahasamaya Satvavombe Om Bhaja Sato Samaya Amana Balaya Bhaja Sato Tena Ba Adija Jidra Membawa Sudakaya Membawa Savakaya Membawa Anurata Memba Sabasite Mebaya Sawakama Suzame Achitam Shri Yamaguru Ha Bhagavan Savatata Gata Bhajar Mamamun Bhajar Bhava Samaya Satvavombe Om Bhaja Sato Samaya Amana Balaya Bhaja Sato Tena Ba Adija Jidra Membawa Sudakaya Membawa Asavakaya Membawa Anurata Membawa Sabasiti Mebaya Sawakama Suzame Achitam Shri Yamaguru Ha Ho Bhagavan Savatata Mamamunza Bhajar Bhava Samaya Satvavombe Om Bhaja Sato Samaya Amana Balaya Bhaja Sato Tena Ba Adija Jidra Membawa Sudakaya Membawa Savakaya Membawa Anurata Membawa Sabasite Mebaya Sawakama Sudame Shri Yamaguru Maha Bhagavan Savatata Gata Bhajar Mamamunza Bhajar Avombe Om Baja Sato Samaya Manabalaya Baja Sato Tenova Dida Dida Membawa Sudagaya Membawa Subagaya Membawa Narato Membawa Sabasite Mebaya Tasawa Gama Sudame Atitam Shrema Guru Bhagavana Sawa Tatanga Tabajar Mame Bajabe Amma Samaya Sato Om Baja Sato Samaya Malaya Abaja Sato Tenova Adida Dida Membawa Sudagaya Membawa Subagaya Membawa Anurata Membawa Sabaside Mebaya Sawakama Sudame Titamshe Yamaguru Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawatata Gata Bajar Mama Munza Bajar Beva Ma Samaya Sato Avombe Om Baja Sato Samaya Manabalaya Baja Sato Tenova Dija Dija Membawa Sudagaya Membawa Subagaya Membawa Anurata Membawa Sabaside Mebaya Tasawagama Sudame Titamshire Yamaguru Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawatata Gata Baja Mama Munza Baja Beva Ma Samaya Sato Avombe Om Baja Sato Samaya Manabalaya Baja Sato Tenova Dija Dija Membawa Sudagaya Membawa Subagaya Membawa Anurata Membawa Sabasidim Sawagama Sudame Atum Shri Yamaguru Humaha Bhagavana Sawatata Gata Bajra Mamamunta Bajra Bivama Samaya Sato Ombe Om Baja Sato Samaya Amanabalaya Baja Sato Tenova Dija Dija Membawa Sudagaya Membawa Subagaya Membawa Anurata Membawa Sabasiti Mebaya Tasawagama Suzame Sudamshire Yamaguru Humaha Bhagavana Sawatata Gata Bajra Mamamunta Bajra Mahasamaya Sato Avombe Om Baja Sato Sama Manabalaya Baja Sato Tenova Dida Dida Membawa Sudagaya Membawa Subagaya Membawa Nurato Membawa Sabasite Mebaya Tasawagama Suzame Sudamshire Yamaguru Bhagavan Savatata Gata Beza Mamamunta Bajra Mahasamaya Sato Avombe Om Baja Sato Samaya Manabalaya Baja Sato Tenova Dida Dida Membawa Sudagaya Membawa Subagaya Membawa Anarato Membawa Sabasite Mebaya Tasawaka Huzame Shri Yamaguru Humaha Bhagavan Sawatata Gata Baja Mamamunta Baja Mahasamaya Sato Avombe Om Baja Sato Sama Manabalaya Abaja Sato Tenaba Dida Dida Membawa Sudagaya Membawa Sabagaya Membawa Anarata Membawa Sabasite Mebaya Tasawagama Sudame Samashire Yamaguru Ha Bhagava Sawatata Gata Beza Mamamunza Bajara Biva Mas purifying up. They're like they had blown away by wind, all that they had come and development go there. Went away from that. Now put there and sudden the instant purification there. Om Bajara Sato Samaya Manabalaya Bajara Sato Tenaba Dija Dija Memba Sudagaya Membawa Subagaya Membawa Anurata Membawa Sabasite Meba Sawagama Suzame Tamashire Yamaguru Ha Ha Ho Bhagavana Sawatatanga Pasamama Munza Bajara Bivama Samaya Sato Awon Pe Om Baja Sato Samaya Manabalaya Baja Sato Tenova Dida Dida Membawa Sudagaya Membawa Subagaya Membawa Anurata Membawa Savasite Mebaya Sawagama Suzame Tumshri Yamaguru Humaha Bhagav Sawatata Gata Baja Mamamunta Baja Bevama Sama Adavon Pe Om Baja Sato Sama Manabalaya Baja Sato Tenova Dita Ditra Membawa Asudagaya Memba Savagaya Membawa Anarato Membawa Savasite Mebaya Sawagama Sudam Tamshiyam Guru Humaha Bhagavan Savata Tanga Tabaja Mamunza Bajar Bivama Samai Ada Ahum Be Om Baja Sato Samai Manabalaya Baja Sato Tenova Dita Ditra Membawa Asudagaya Memba Sabagaya Membawa Anarata Membawa Savasite Mebaya Savagama Sudame Tamshiyam Guru Ha Ho Bhagavan Savata Gata Baja Mamunza Bajar Bivama Samaya Sato Om Pe Om Baja Sato Samaya Manabalaya Baja Sato Tenova Dita Ditra Memba Sodakaya Membawa Sobakaya Membawa Anurata Membawa Savasite Mebaya Savagama Suzame Titam Shiyam Guru Ha O Bhagav Savata Gata Baja Mamunza Bajar Ma Samaya Sato Om Be Om Baja Sato Sama Manabalaya Baja Sato Tenova Dita Ditra Membawa Sodakaya Memba Sabagaya Membawa Anarata Membawa Sabasita Mebaya Tasawagama Suzame Atutum Shriyam Guru Ha Ho Bhagavana Savata Gata Beja Mamunza Beja Ma Samaya Sadhavam Beyam Baja Sadha Samaya Manabalaya Dita Ditra Membawa Sudagaya Membawa Sabagaya Membawa Anurata Membawa Sabasite Mebaya Tasawagama Sudame Adashire Guru Bhagavana Savatang Pajama Memunza Baja Bevama Samaya Sadhavam Be Om Baja Sato Samaya Manabalaya Baja Sato Tenova Dita Ditra Membawa Sodagaya Membawa Sabagaya Memba Anarata Membawa Savasite Mebaya Tasawagama Sudame Atitam Shiyam Guru Ha Ho Bhagavan Savata Gata Bejama Memunza Bajara Bevama Samaya Avum Pe Just strong faith is good. Everything is complete. All the negative karma departments are completely purified. Doesn't exist even after that. Also meant to. The last power for to not communicate. I'm going to abstain from devices, the ones which I can from now on, and the ones extremely difficult ones, abstain from 1 day or 1 hour or minute or even for a few seconds. Then Guru Stupa is extremely pleased with you. Then Guru Stupa says the spiritual son, then you say, then on the department, the karma, there was a collected, this my vows, collected from beginning to the birth, by you, they completely purified. Guru Vajrasabha entered in his heart. And emptiness, there is no I creator, there is no action creating, there is no negative karma created. So. So, you can read the King the Samantha about the prayer. Bodhisattva Samantha. Yes. Not the queen of the prayers. Only the king of the prayer. Because this is the major prayer. You see, there are many other prayers. There are many other prayers. The prayer from Bodhisattva, the prayer. There are many prayers. So this is the Bodhisattva's. So this contains Bodhisattva's prayer. It's 100,000 prayer. Bodhisattva's 100,000 prayer. But like that, you see, 10 like that. 1,000 Bodhisattva prayer like that, you see, 10 times. I don't know, 10 times numberless. 10 times the numberless. There are 100,000 Bodhisattva prayer like that, which is 10 times numberless one. It is contained, it said. So the most unbelievable, most extensive. So that's why it's called the among the prayers, king of the prayers. So this is the Bodhisattva, particular Bodhisattva Samantabhada's prayer. Please start.
Yes. I bow down to the youthful Arya Manjushri.
So anyway, you can read the end or did all the theta made is correct, but past spiritual made is correct, but number of symptoms of Buddhas. Then this, or the king, or whatever the king mentioned, the king of prayer, see, be received to all, to every sentient being, to every held beings, hungers, animals, to every human being, so that's to every sentient being, to your family members and to yourself. Okay.
I bow down to the youthful Arya Manjushri. You alliance among humans, gone to freedom in the present, past, and future, in the world's 10 directions. To all of you, with body, speech, and sincere mind, I bow down. With the energy of aspiration for the Bodhisattva way, with a sense of deep respect, and with as many bodies as atoms of the world, to all you Buddhas, visualize as real, I bow down. On every atom, the Buddhas numberless as atoms, each amidst a host of Bodhisattvas, and I am confident the spheres of all phenomena is entirely filled with Buddhas in this way, with infinite oceans of praise for you and oceans of sound from the aspects of my voice. I sing the breathtaking excellence of Buddhas and celebrate all of you gone to bliss. Beautiful flowers and regal gardens, sweet music, scented oils and parasols, sparkling lights and sublime incense, I offer to you, victorious ones. Fine dress and fragrant perfumes, sandalwood powder heaped high as Mount Meru, all wondrous offerings in spectacular array, I offer to you, victorious ones. Offerings peerless and vast, with profound admiration for all the Buddhas, with strength and conviction in the Bodhisattva way, I offer and bow down to all victorious ones. Every harmful actions I have done with my body, speech, and mind, overwhelmed by attachment, anger, and confusion, all these I and rejoice in all possible potential of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas in 10 directions, of solitary realizers here still training and those beyond, and of all ordinary beings, you who are the bright lights of worlds in 10 directions, who have attained the Buddha's omniscience through the stages of awakening, all you who are my guides, please turn the supreme wheel of Dharma. With palms together, I earnestly request you who may actualize Paranirvana, please stay with us for aeons, numberless as atoms of the world, for the happiness and well-being of all wanderers in samsara. Whatever slight positive potential I may have created, by paying homage, offerings, and acknowledging my faults, rejoicing, requesting that the Buddhas stay and teach, I now dedicate all these for full awakening. May you Buddhas now living in the world of 10 directions, and all you gone to freedom in the past accept my offerings. Reason quickly, perfect their minds, awakening as fully enlightened ones. May all worlds in 10 directions be entirely pure and vast. May they be filled with bodhisattvas, surrounding Buddhas scattered beneath a Bodhi tree. May as many beings as exist in the 10 directions be always well and happy. May all samsaric beings live in accord with the Dharma, and may their every Dharma wish be fulfilled. Remembering my past lives in all varieties of existence, may I practice the Bodhisattva way, and thus in each cycles of death, migration, and birth, may I always abandon the householder's life. Then following in the footsteps without error or compromise, with absolute discipline of faultless and pure, may I teach the Dharma in the language of gods, in every language of spirits and nagas, of humans and of demons, and in the voice of every form of being. May I be gentle-minded, cultivating the 6 paramitas, and never forget bodhicitta. May I completely cleanse without omission every negativity and all that obscures this awakening mind. May I traverse all my lives in the world, free of karma, afflictions, and interfering forces, just as the lotus blossom is undisturbed by the water's way, just as the sun and moon move unhindered through the sky. May I ease the sufferings in lower realms, and in the many directions and dimensions of the universe, may I guide all wanderers in samsara to the pure bliss of awakening, and be of worldly benefit to them as well. May I practice constantly for aeons to come, perfecting the activities of awakening. With various dispositions of beings, showing the ways of Bodhisattva, may I always have the friendships of those whose path is like mine, and with body, words, and also mind, may we practice together the same aspirations and activities. May I always meet a spiritual mentor, and never displease that excellent friend who deeply wishes to help me and expertly teaches the Bodhisattva way. May I always directly see the Buddhas, master and circle by Bodhisattvas, and without pause or discouragement for aeons to come, may I make extensive offerings to them. May I hold within me the Buddha's genuine Dharma, illuminate everywhere the teachings that awaken, embody the realizations of a Bodhisattva, and practice ardently in all future aeons. While circling through all states of existence, may I become an endless treasure of good qualities, skillful means, wisdom, samadhi, and liberating stabilizations, gathering limitless pristine wisdom and positive potential. On one atom I shall see Buddha views numberless as atoms, inconceivable Buddhas among Bodhisattvas in every field, practicing the activities of awakening. Perceiving these in all directions, I dive into an ocean of Buddha views, each an ocean of 3 times Buddhas in the space of whips of hair. So I too will practice for an ocean of aeons. Thus I'm continually immersed in the speech of the Buddhas, expressions that reveals an ocean of qualities in one word. Pure eloquence of all the Buddhas, communication suited to the varied tendencies of beings, with strength of understanding I plunge into the infinite enlightened speech of the Dharma. Of all Buddhas 3 times gone to freedom, who continually turn the wheel of Dharma methods, I shall experience in one moment such vast activities of all future aeons. In the reflections of a second, in one instant I shall see all those awakened beings, past, present, and future lives among humans, and with the powers of the illusion light stabilization, I will constantly engage in the inconceivable activity. I shall manifest upon one single atom the arrays of pure lands, present, past, and future. Likewise, I shall enter the arrays of pure Buddha fields in every direction without exception. I shall enter the very presence of all my guides, those lights of this world who are yet to appear, those sequentially turning the wheels of complete awakening, those who reveal nirvana, final perfect peace. May I achieve the powers of swift magical emanation, the powers to lead to the great vehicle through every approach, the powers of always beneficial activity, the powers of love pervading all realms, the powers of all surpassing positive potential, the powers of supreme knowledge unobstructed by discrimination, and through the powers of wisdom, skillful means, and samadhi, may I achieve the perfect power of awakening, purifying the powers of all contaminated actions, crushing the powers of disturbing emotions at their root, diffusing the powers of interfering forces. I shall perfect the powers of the bodhisattva practice. May I purify in the oceans of worlds. May I free in the oceans of beings. May I clearly see in the oceans of dharma. May I realize in oceans of pristine wisdom. May I purify in the oceans of activities. May I fulfill in oceans of aspirations. May I make offerings to an oceans of Buddhas. May I practice without discouragement for an oceans of aeons. To awaken fully through this bodhisattva way, I shall fulfill without exception all the diverse aspirations of the awakening practice of all Buddhas gone to freedom in the 3 times everywhere. In order to practice exactly as the wise one, called Samandabhadra, all-embracing good, the elder brother of the sons and daughters of the Buddhas, all this goodness. Likewise, may I dedicate just as the skillful Samandabhadra, with pure body, speech, and mind, pure actions, and pure Buddha fields, I shall give rise to the aspirations of Manjushri. For this bodhisattva practice of all-embracing good, to perfect these practices without discouragement or pause in all future aeons. May my pure activities be endless, my good qualities boundless, and through abiding in immeasurable activity, may I actualize infinite emanations. Limitless is the end of space, likewise limitless are living beings. Thus limitless are karma inflictions. May my aspiration reach be limitless as well. One may offer to the Buddhas all wealth and adornments of infinite worlds in 10 directions. And one may offer during aeons numberless as atoms of the world, even the greatest happiness of gods and humans. But whoever hears this extraordinary aspiration and longing highest awakening gives rise to faith just once, creates far more precious positive potential. Those who make this heartfelt aspiration for the Bodhisattva way will be free of all lower rivers, free of harmful companions, and will quickly see Amitabha, infinite light. And even in this very human life, they will be nourished by happiness and have all conducive circumstances. Without waiting long, they will become like Samandabhadra himself. Those who give voice to this extraordinary aspiration will quickly and completely purify the 5 boundless harmful actions created under the powers of ignorance. Blessed with supreme knowledge, excellent body, family, attributes, and appearance, they will be able to vast interfering forces and misleading teachers, and all the 3 worlds will make offerings. Going quickly to the noble Bodhi tree and sitting there to benefit sentient beings, subduing all interfering forces, they will fully awaken and turn the great wheels of Dharma. Have no doubts the complete awakening is the fully ripened results comprehended only by a Buddha, of holding in mind by teaching, reading, or reciting these aspirations of the Bodhisattva practice. Just like the hero Manjushri who knows reality as it is, and just like Samandabhadra as well, I completely dedicate all this goodness just as they did. With that dedication which is praised as greatest by all the Buddhas gone to freedom in the 3 times, I too dedicate all my roots of goodness for the attainment of the Bodhisattva practice. When the moments of my death arise, by eliminating all obscurations and directly perceiving Amitabha, may I go immediately to Sukhavati, pure lands of great joy. Having gone to Sukhavati, may I actualize the meaning of these aspirations, fulfilling them all without exception, for the benefits of beings for as long as this world endures. Born from an extremely beautiful superlative lotus in this joyful land, the Buddha's magnificent mandala, may I receive a prediction of my awakening directly from the Buddha, Amitabha. Having received a prediction there, may I create vast benefit for beings throughout the 10 directions, with 1 billion emanations by the powers of wisdom. Through even the small virtues I have accumulated by offering these prayers of the Bodhisattva practice, May all the positive aspirations of beings be fulfilled in an instant. Through creating limitless positive potential, by dedicating this prayer or Samanthabhadra's deeds, may all beings drowning in this torrent of suffering enter the presence of Amitabha. Through this king of aspirations, which is the greatest of the sublime, helping infinite wonders in samsara, through the accomplishment of this scripture dazzling with Samanthabhadra's practice, may suffering realms be utterly empty of all beings.
You can do the formal color.
No.
You want the formal.
Oh, yes. The 4 arms Mahakala prayer. Page 249. Om great Bodhisattva who annihilates in a cannibal's form or evil beings, and who destroys the three-story city. Fearful one, this praise is offered you with great energy and admiration. You who are liberated from this world and said to have been a Brahmin before, have attained the supreme of all cities, and have reached the state of transcendent bliss. Your holy body is as quick as thought, and renowned throughout all the universe, liberator of all worldly beings. In battle you are always the victor. Yamas and Mama directly praise you. You wear a blue silken outer garment. Your manifest body is at one time most beautiful, yet still it horrifies. Wherever you look, your eye terrifies and brings all beings to humility. Your eye bestows the highest of cities. You lead countless beings to wisdom bliss. O compassionate and courageous Lord, I constantly offer praises to you.
These are the past, present, future merits collected by me. 3 times merits collected by number of sins and Buddhas. May I say, and may the Bodhicitta be exercised with those heart in the ones who are family merge in the hearts of in the heart was a family merge in the hearts of all the students, all those benefactors of the projects, the centers, and in the hearts of all those who serve the organization, and who are serving now, and those who are laughing from our purpose, them is given to know their hearts, in the hearts of all the sentient beings, this world, in all the universe, numberless universes, and then they all know their hearts. And it was hard, but it's the generate increase. Changjo, Samjo, Rinpoche, Maje, Banam, Jeju, Che, Java, Anyamba, Meva, Ye, Gone, Pawa, So. especially actualized in the hearts of the leaders of the world, especially leaders in population, the leaders of the world, and the China and the Muslims, those countries are so much suffering. The leaders are actualized, and then the Buddhists that are actualized in the hearts of all the people who follow different religions, and then there's religious harmony, and then this world filled with perfect peace and happiness. Everybody live their life on the benefits, no harm. Whatever they do, they become cause of happiness of all sentient beings, and that. Kari rawe gowe shingamandir bendangayen dewa malu jungwe ne jere sewa denje jazo ye shabe sede bado denjo inje panye nyingje sungdo jube lama chejere samje kangje dendro Chana bemo tenje jazo la iso deso shedel rojo. Did all the past, but which marriage according to time, marriage according numbers in the Buddhas, everybody in the world, and especially all the students in the organization and those served organizations, and all the benefactors and the serving now. Yeah, there's something here. There's the Universal Commission, the scheduling, then there's the standards of the those who serving now, certain paths, and all those, then oneself, family members, and anybody who has connection to oneself, on those, and then see, I say, didn't you see in all the lifetimes, in all the lifetimes, Lama Tsongkhapa Mahayana, the direct guru to all of us, and never be separated away from the pure path admired by all the Buddhas. Chera Gunza Jawa Tsongkhapa Tejo Shenye Ngozo Zebe Jawe Ngabe Alamsa Tenye La Keche Tayang Jawa Majo Inje. These are the past, present, future marriage collected by material time, marriage collected by numberless sentient Buddhas, which merely labeled by mind, the matter I who is merely labeled by mind, achieved the Guru Shakyamuni the Buddhas, the enlightenment, which is also merely labeled, which is merely labeled by the mind, and the lead all the sentient beings who are also merely labeled by the mind. To that Guru Shakyamuni Buddha's enlightenment, which is also merely labeled by the mind, and by myself alone, who is also merely labeled by the mind. No, I dedicate all the merits to be able to follow holy excellent. They will do that, or the King of Praise. These are the 3-time merits collected by us, 3-time merits collected by number of sins, but thus, may the Lama Tsongkhapa teaching be flourished forever in this world and spread in the 10 directions, in the hearts of all sentient beings, and then in the hearts of all the students, and the support of the benefactors, and the self-organized for serving now, then in the hearts of ones who everybody seeing in the hearts of everybody, so all the family members, all those who have connection to you, in all their hearts. 切切教我在爱别在在那吧，陪我来给姐姐买些外的，等姐买了早晚上大大现姐。的三代这位3年来的呢，叫我来在这把也 Tam ba yo ram ba yo
Jai Shi Jiang Kun Gyai Wei Den Jing Gyao Bei Wei Kun Soi Doi Boi Zai Cho Sun Gu Wei Le Nu Tu Zhu Bai Da Soi Du Jie Gun You who uphold the subdued moral way, who serve as the bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Manjuna's victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplish magnificent prayers, honoring the three jewels, Savior of myself and others, your disciples, please live long.
Good morning. So very, very late.